in broadcasting. This is the stadium. My name is Ted. It has never changed. Of course, for some reasons, for some official reasons, Butch is not in the studio with us today. But he didn't go for one assignment that he will get extra course. No, not that kind of assignment. He has an assignment that is very important to us in the studio to perform. So I'm in the studio, but I'm not alone. But before I let you know who is here, I would like to let you know that Tottenham is actually trying out hard to make sure that what they are doing is okay. All right, with Rush there, it's a team you can't remember the name. They've been there, but they're fighting to make sure they equalize. That's in the world of football. In Pyeongchang, our sisters are there. 4 of our sisters. There's no man there actually. It's all the ladies doing what they can do best. And to let you know, they sponsored themselves to train to qualify before some people started setting up federations in charge of skeleton and bobsled. But okay, let me not talk too much because my memory too much. If I talk too much, I don't go come talk waiting day. Let me let you know that in the studio, all of you that have been asking for Oga Minu, where has he been? Well, he went to Pyeongchang, but he came back. He just went to check the site to see that everything is right. And also, Coach Tony, Mrs. Gladys, if you are listening, Coach Tony is here today. Oga Aminu is here today. Our big brothers are here. And gentlemen, you are welcome to the stadium.
Thank you, Ted.
Oga Aminu,
it's
you're
a pleasure
Coach Tony,
being back here.
you're back, yes. You promised to be back, and you are back here today.
Yeah, it's been back here.
Despite your tight schedules, you found a way to make it back here.
Yeah, sure, because I'm supposed to be relaxing and then, get ready
Coach
for
Tony,
tomorrow.
in Nigeria now, there's no time for relaxing. Things not tight. Nobody to relax. So God, to go tell you what you mean. You understand? All right. Before we go into the details, there was a lady that called yesterday on my program, the whistleblower. Yesterday, when the owner president told me to stand in for him in the night yesterday, that was around 8:34 thereabout. From Sun City, that she wants to enlist her daughter in gymnastics. I told her that okay, what Coach Tony is doing is a free thing. You don't need to spend anything. First of all, just come talk with the coach, identify the fact that talk with him, explain to him that you want your daughter to learn to be a gymnast, and if that's your dream for her and you want her to be trained and coached, be assured that she's in very safe hands. Not like in England and other places, after 20 years they'll come and talk of harassment and all that. No, we don't do that here because we have fear of God and we respect culture and tradition and all that. Just bring her and let it be done. So let her come in and let her communicate with us and let us know that okay, this is going on. I asked her to send a message to a phone. I'll go out after the phone to find out after the show to find out on the phone if she has sent a message to see, so that I can link her up with you to see that she can bring her daughter. But welcome to the program this evening. All right, so this is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and this is the stadium. We're hitting it off straight off. But you stay with us. We'll take a very, very, very short break. Very, very short break. We'll come back. We'll give you the details are going on. Oga Aminu Ibrahim is here a lot. And Coach Tony, you guys heard him. Firebrand. So many things that you talk about. I have to control him because the things that you say. And Oga Aminu is here. 2 of them, we will join together. There'll be fire in the villa. We don't want the fire. Stay with us. Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM redefining broadcasting, and this is the stadium. My name is Ted. I am in the studio with legends who have represented Nigeria over the years and around the world. I'm here with Coach Tony Asuko. I'm here with legendary Ibrahim Aminu. You know him. You've heard his voice. You've seen his face. We're in the studio talking sports generally. We don't just focus on football on this program because football is what our government has focused on, ignoring other sports, and that is our talking point for this evening. How we can diversify, how we can make other sports be more active and be more recognized in Nigeria and around Africa rather than just football. Football, yes, football has brought us pride. We have won gold in football in a very massive Olympic category. But then can we push other sports to take us there? That's our talking point for this evening. And to achieve that, in order to achieve that, we don't have to go and harvest talents that have been abroad or somewhere coming back to Nigeria to come and represent us. We can start from the grassroots in every sport. Basketball, handball, gymnastics, wrestling, boxing. Don't forget that Anthony Joshua came to Nigeria to go for Olympics. He wanted to. They told him he was too skinny. A skinny boy cannot box. He was fatter than Amir Khan then. I'm just giving the secret. I'm not yabbing anybody anyway. He went back to United Kingdom. Now he's a world heavyweight. Everybody wants to identify with him. Now, when he had his last fight, the government sent a delegation to go there. But there was no delegation here to welcome him home to say, go and represent us and all that. Let me not talk too much because my big brothers are here. They know much more than I do. Coach Tony, how does it feel to be neglected by your own country as an athlete when you give your best? You want to support your country and you want to give everything up. You sacrifice everything, your time. You let go your family. In fact, your wife or your fiancé might have a problem that you don't have time for her. Or if you are female, okay, you are giving too much and you don't have time for him, and your family is wondering what is wrong with this man. And then all of a sudden, the same place you are facing to go and walk out to represent the country, they say, you know what, Tony, we don't like you because you come from Akwa Ibom, because the federation president is from Benin Republic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not a good one, because in your own country you're supposed to be recognized and then
Take
be
the mic closer to
supported.
your mouth. Let
You're supposed to be recognized and be supported,
Yes.
and then if you're not getting that attention, and then you're beginning to wonder what is really happening, and then you see the government and governors of different states, after Big Brother Africa, you see them inviting them to give them money to support them. You see companies supporting them.
Okay.
You see when they go for beauty pageant and all of this, but we're talking about sports. Because if your country is organize any sporting activities or sporting program, the whole country is shut down. That is for sure. So even your economy is either you boost your economy at that time or you reduce it. Because why is Brazil being reckoned with at this time? It is because of sports. Why is Jamaica? Who we're talking about Jamaica? You wouldn't talk about Jamaica. But when Usain Bolt started, yeah, people became.
Brazil hosted the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight off.
And then look at Ethiopia. Look at Kenya. So what are you going to talk about Nigeria? What are you going to say about Nigeria? What sport? Which of the sports in particular? Because in football now, we're getting out of track. So which sport can you point and say, okay?
No,
I must tell you that we're getting out of track. Do you know why?
We have qualified for the World Cup. And we are going to field the youngest
qualify team. Is not winning the World Cup.
Oga Aminu, you are laughing. I want to understand. I want to know.
Like
Oga Aminu, wait. Do you understand what Coach Tony said? Like, because we have qualified for the World Cup and we are there, we are ready to go. We are there in the World Cup, already qualified. So are we not big enough in the world to make noise?
We are doing very well in football, but if I may understand what Coach Tony is trying to say, where Nigeria was where Nigeria was in football, it was higher than where it is now. Yes, because in every category then, you see Nigeria coming first in Africa, in the world. But look at how many years. When was the last time Nigeria qualified for Football World Cup? Even the Nations Cup, it was a problem. So
No, but you see, like
no. We are not comparing you to anything. But let's be very, very realistic with ourselves.
Yes.
Football used to qualify for World Cup and Nations Cup continuously. But now, what Coach Tony is trying to say, they just finished the Chan Nations Cup.
Yes.
Nigeria losing in the finals with 4 goals.
At least we got to the finals.
We're beating
In the final match,
4-0.
4 goals.
We got to the finals.
Yeah, we agree with you. We got to the finals, but not be beaten like a little child.
Yeah.
So the truth about it is just like the handball team that went to Gabon to donate points. We can't even talk about those people. You understand?
I mean, you were part of the team of veterans, handball veterans that went to Togo to defeat every country that played against you, and all your victories were very, very, very wide and all that. So is it better when we are defeated? When we win, it's fine. When we're defeated, it becomes a problem.
No. That is our nature in Nigeria. When we lose, we look for who to give blames. And then we start calling names and other things. But when we win, everybody will rejoice. Yes.
You get a handshake.
Just like what you rightly said about Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
You said when he came to learn boxing, they said he's too skinny.
He already learned it. He just came. He
wanted to box. Sorry.
Yes, to go to
so they
Olympics,
said
yes.
he is too skinny to box.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people that recognize him and see the talent in him took him
Yes.
and then develop him to who he is.
Yes.
You understand? So it's like that.
Yeah, we
Coach.
failed to develop talent in this country because we have so much.
Yes.
What are you saying in Nigeria? If we're talking about gymnastics, for example, gymnastics is our thing. Look at the Atilogu dancers from the eastern part of Nigeria. They do all this Atilogu stuff. They dance and then they climb on top of each other.
Is Atilogu Eastern or from Ogun State?
No, Atilogu is from the east.
It's from the east.
From Enugu, like that. And then,
I don't know that.
I'm just telling you, Atilogu, one.
Yeah, yes.
Now look at Edo State. When they dance, you see them turning around, even in Akwa Ibom and so many other states. So, in primary school, those days, if you cannot do the somersault, you're like the very lazy child.
So we can actually develop skaters.
Sure.
Figure skating. We can actually have figure skating.
So what
athletes
I'm trying to say here is this: there is no continuity in Nigeria in our program.
Yes.
Now, why? Because the ones that are there, they fail to impact the knowledge that they've gotten to the younger generation. I'm coming. Yeah, to the younger generation. Now, look at the ATMSN of before. Even the JJ Okochas. Is the NFF carrying these people along? Okay, like the handballers. Now, look at the Handball Federation. Are they carrying Mr. Aminu along? One, because these are the people you put in front. These are the people to impact knowledge, even if they're good. Where I'm going to is this: look at Maradona.
Coach Tony, let me tell you something.
Look at Maradona. Before I forget this,
you went somewhere.
Yeah.
If I tell you, I went to the package B of the National Stadium to talk to the veterans. You went somewhere, and I want to make. Don't forget what you were saying before. Sure. I tell you, when I spoke to Oga Jibrin, I interviewed him. I fielded that interview here on the stadium. A matured man of that age spoke with me with pain in his face of how the veterans who represented this country over the years have been ignored. Were ignored when we were going for the championship in Gabon last month. Was it this month? Last month. Last month.
yeah.
And we got there. We got disgraced. He told me what happened. Everybody who could have helped the Handball Federation to go there was sidelined.
Yeah,
From the veterans who know, just like what you said yesterday, when your own gymnast is going for Commonwealth and the coach that coached the person, the personal coach of that athlete is not recognized and not taken along. It hurts. It's painful.
Sure.
Another, please go back to your point. Let me know.
Okay. I was talking about Maradona.
Yes.
Look at Lionel Messi, De Maria.
Yes.
They brought back Maradona to their camp to come talk to them.
Yes.
and he spoke to them. Do you know that the whole country put money together to be paying these guys Maradona's tax? Yeah. Okay. Now, where is the Timesian?
value.
Well, no. I'm telling you, because you must not, you don't throw them away, because they've got something to offer to the younger generation. It is all about experience. Do you get me? And we must work as a team.
I ran into
So
it. I ran it. I
now,
ran,
where is JJ
I
Okocha?
ran into it Etimesi at an airport. I almost wept.
Okay.
Let me tell you. Let me be honest with you. I almost spoke
And
down.
this was the person that played against Bebeto and the rest, and then they were like, "Where is this guy from?" Okay, now look at Mr. Aminu seated here with us. Who is respecting him? Not to talk of, okay, they've done the country proud. He has won. Okay, how did you win? Impact it to the younger generation.
Oh,
They will never say that, because they say creativity ignores bad thinking.
sure.
Once you're creative, you shouldn't look at what is happening beside you, because you know what you want to do. And let's not forget, sport is passion. It is all about passion.
Yes.
Once you take that passion out of it and put politics, forget it, you'll never win.
It's gone. It's gone.
So,
I agree
because
with you.
once the athlete knows that my allowance, 1,000 naira has been taken off my allowance, that athlete gets into trouble. Forget even if that athlete is the best. You've messed up with that athlete's mindset. Because the athlete will be like, my money is not complete. Why then go remove my money? Are you getting that? So where I'm driving at is this.
Coach Oli, hold your thoughts. I want you to drive to that point so that everybody will listen to you. But I want to go back to our honor and remind our Muslim brethren that it's time for call to prayer. I can miss that out. And we'll come back to the point, because Coach Tony was making a very, very big point. Is it passion or money? And who is messing up the whole of this connection? We have to find out that. On the stadium today, we're dedicating it strictly to talking about grassroots development and what has gone wrong with our sports. If we don't talk about any other sport, and you find us here, 3 of us here, and whoever joins us later, talking about this and what has gone wrong with our sports, don't blame us, because we're finding a solution on air to the problem of Nigeria in sports. Stay with us. We'll come back shortly. Don't go anywhere, please. Buja and M virus. Not live, you're watching us. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM redefining broadcasting, and this is the stadium. My name is Ted, and I'm in the studio with my very senior brothers. I've got Coach Tony here, and I also have our legend, living legend, Aminu Ibrahim, experienced, exposed internationals in the world of sports, not just gymnastics and handball. They have knowledge of other sports that you'll be surprised when they start to talk about other sports. We're here talking about how we can fix sports in Nigeria. What can we make better? We don't have the authority and the position to make things work, but we're just making recommendations. We're not condemning anybody, but we're just exposing what is not right and what should be made right. Before we went on a short break, Coach Tony was talking about the things that have been going on wrong. Oga Aminu Ibrahim has spoken about that on this platform a lot of times, but instead of complaining much about what is not, who is not doing what and what and what, let's look at what can we do. Oga Aminu Ibrahim, you heard Coach Tony, you heard him talk about what is happening in gymnastics. In fact, there's something you don't want anybody to say on air, but Coach Tony said it earlier. Alhaji Yakumu to be here one of these days to talk about it, because you and Alhaji Yakumu single-handedly sponsored one of his gymnasts to go for a tournament that was supposed to be sponsored by the federal government. Why are we getting it wrong? Where's the problem coming from, sir? The scrapping of the sports commissions. Should we get the sports commissions back, or can we do better even without the sports commissions? I know some people were using the opportunity to siphon money from the sports commissions. Without them, if they can't come back, can we make it better even without the sports commissions? Is there any way we can make? Because there's no direct contact from professionals to the athletes without the commissions. And the commissions are supposed to be handled by experts. Right now, we don't have the experts are being excluded from tournaments. We have somebody like Coach Tony here, who's on player, we call it player or athlete, is going for Commonwealth Games. And him as a coach of that person has been excluded, yet the commission is taking the federation is taking the athlete to the Commonwealth to represent him. So who is going to be there? It's like a boxer going to a boxing bout, and there's no coach that he understands standing by the ring side to tell him after every round to say, okay, next time you go in, you watch out, he's lowering his head, so make sure you give him uppercuts or just give him body shots, let him get weak, then you start going for the if the coach is not there and not that, the commissions are supposed to provide provision for that contact between the athletes and their coaches and the athletes, the federation itself. A lot has gone wrong in the absence of these commissions. Can we continue without this?
Thank you, Ted. The truth about it is, whether we like it or not,
Yes, sir.
we must bring back sports commission. You just rightly said something.
Sir.
Professionals handle sport commission, and that is where the contact between the athletes and the official get to the government easily and as fast as possible.
Yes.
Let me just give you an instance.
Yes, sir.
When you bring a politician into a professional body like sports, you will not get it right. You can quote me any day, anytime,
Yes.
anywhere.
Coach Tony, I think we say that yesterday on the program, that fixing politicians in places that experts should be. We mentioned it yesterday on the program.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they don't know where the shoe inches.
Yes, you're not an expert in that. Yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
because the truth about it, sports is a professional body,
Yes.
and it has its own language.
Yes.
If you don't understand the language, you cannot get it right.
At all.
It's not about siphoning athletes' money,
Yes.
making noise here and there. No.
Yes.
I will always respect Alhaji Alassane Yakmut for his language and his belief. Even when he was the sole administrator in Plateau State Sports Council,
Yes.
you will see him in the morning. From his house, he would jog to the court, finish his training, then go from each sport, from basketball, volleyball, handball, football. He will go to each and every sport. Speak with the athletes individually, not their coaches. What is the problem? What are we liking? What do we need to do? What championship do we have? And the athletes will be free to tell him their problems. It's just like in the coaching ethics. If you want to be a very good coach, you must be a father to your player, a mother, a brother, a sister, so that they can be very free to tell you what their problem is. And that is when you get the best out of them.
Yes.
But when you put a gap, I'm a boss.
Yes.
I'm in the office. The athletes are in the court. They can't get to you. You can't get result. Malam Alhassan Yakmut always say, medals are not won in the office. Medals are won on the pitch.
On the pitch.
And that is why I just make the reference of him going to the pitch to see the athletes. Even when he became the DG National Sport Commission,
Yes.
everybody can testify to that.
Yes.
He goes to the pitch. He goes to the court.
Yes.
He goes to every indoor hall where the weightlifters are training. What is their problem? What kind of barbell do they need? But when you bring a politician, does he know what a barbell means?
No.
Does he know
Even-
the size
even-
of a handball court?
Even uppercut.
Thank you. Does he know?
Unless,
Does he?
unless Agbero slaps me on the
Thank you.
street
Does
like
he know
this
a dimension of a basketball court? Or does he know what the gymnast needs to use? You understand, in their indoor hall. All these things, because Malam Alhassan Yakmut is a professional. He goes to the gym, tell them to renovate the gym, and these are the kind of lights that need to be fixed in the gym for the gymnast to be seen very well. So all these things are things that you need a technocrat to take care of these places. Look at our sports now.
Not a politician.
Yes, not a politician.
Yeah, if
because
I'm-
all what
yeah.
politician needs is to come there, make his own money, and go and contest for any other office in the next election. But the technocrat will want to see the country going higher and higher.
Yeah.
Look at the issue in the All African Games in 2015. That is one of the best results Nigeria have ever
Ever
had
gotten, yeah.
outside Nigeria.
Sure.
The only time we come second is when we hosted in 1972 and then in 2003. But every
Yeah.
All African Games outside Nigeria, the best position we come is third. But when you give a technocrat, he knows where and what to do. Most of our athletes were kept here in Nigeria before their event, so that the other countries will not see their techniques. Being a professional, at the day they arrived in Congo, everybody was shocked. And that was where we defeated South Africa to come second.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand.
get
And then secondly, look at what happened. Instead of building from the All African Games record to go higher in the Olympics,
won't decline.
we came, we just
We
we
crashed.
crashed,
We
just like a
crashed,
plane.
yeah.
Thank you, Tony,
We
for
crashed.
giving me that word. We crashed.
Yeah.
Why did we crash? The official are already in Brazil, while athletes were still in Nigeria. Some athletes spend 4 days in Dubai, no money to feed,
Yes.
and they don't even know how they will go to Brazil. So with all these things, it will kill the morale of the athletes. When the athletes were going to Congo, they went on a chartered flight. Nobody was left behind.
Yes.
All the other officials, they went by Ethiopian Airline, which everybody's journey was properly organized and arranged. Everybody allowances were paid accordingly. Nobody was complaining of, and these are the motivation
With,
that
with
athletes need.
ATM, with your own ATM, that allowance was paid. Yeah.
So in the Olympics
go
still
there.
now, there are people that when you call them, they will tell you they've not received their Olympic allowances. Even the kids.
Since then,
A lot of people
Sure.
here went to Olympics.
Sure.
They don't even have the tracksuits. Because the kids were here in Abuja, the athletes were there in Brazil. They had to go into the market. The then permanent secretary
And
went
then
to the market
got
to
green
go and
and
start
white.
buying kits. Is it supposed to be so?
green and white.
anyway, before I allow Coach Tony to join the conversation and Oga Aminu to continue, I want to let the listeners and the viewers out there online and listeners on terrestrial radio to do understand that you can be part of this conversation. The stadium is a 101.1 million capacity stadium where you can actually join in to talk, express yourself, provided you don't insult anybody, you don't call names, or you don't say derogatory things. So you can call us on 081 8999 1011. That's our studio hotline. Do call us on that number and you can have a conversation and you can ask direct questions to Oga Aminu Ibrahim or Coach Tony to be a part of this conversation. Join us, feel free. Here we accommodate everybody, but mind your language. We don't tolerate what you say. Okay, Coach Tony, you wanted to react to what Oga Aminu was saying.
Yeah. To an extent, I would say I looked at sport that we were growing again.
Yes.
Just like when you plant beans, you expect beans to grow in another 2 days, and if it doesn't, as a child, you'll be wondering, my friend beans don't grow, my own never grow. Sport
You go forward.
was coming up. We were beginning to be purified by Alasan Yakmut. Do you know what? The only light we have after NEPA.
It's like we have a caller on the line. Hello, good evening. Someone called actually. I guess it's someone who wants to make a contribution or ask you a question directly, but I will keep the phone lines open. 081 8999 Feel free to call to talk to me on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM on the stadium. Coach Tony is here and Aminu Ibrahim is here on the stadium to take your questions and give answers. They might not have solutions for your problems, so make I tell you now. Because the budget, when they don't do, they want 2015, 16, 17, the money not reach their pocket. 2018, we don't know where the money they go. They don't get hand in that money. But they fit tell you as experts what did not happen for the past. If you be athlete or you want to step in that direction, you should know what to do right and how to mind your own business and how to garner support for yourself, because if you rely on the government, it might not happen. Question, sorry for interrupting your thoughts.
Yeah, no problem. What I'm trying to say, the only light after power holding there in the national stadium was being provided by Alhaji Yakmut Alasan.
Yes.
Yeah, and he came to the gym. He changed all the indoor lights, and then I understood that some were even imported at that time, because you can find snakes all around the stadium, and there is no street lights.
Is it the kind of snake that swallows money or the?
We don't know.
How the number vomits money?
Yeah, so people, you have people training, and then you have bush, and then
someone is on the line, I think so. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. This is the Stadium on Human Rights Radio 101.1. My name is Ted. I'm here with Ogaminu Ibrahim and Coach Tony. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my sincere regards to your guest.
Yes.
My name is Simon. I'm calling from Police Barracks, Soldier.
Okay.
The issue people are complaining about lack of care, lack of commitment on the side of the fish. It's not peculiar to sport alone. That is the behavior of our big men everywhere.
Oh.
Go to the military.
Yes.
And you hear the same story. Go to the police. Go to the immigration. This is the attitude of our big men.
Yes.
They only care about what they can take home, what will bring honor, progress to their motherland. So I'm not surprised that I've never been a sportsman in my life, but I'm not surprised that all those things exist in the sporting
arena. Yes,
sector.
Yes.
So it's a general behavior of our big men, and I urge Nigerians to continue to pray that let people who have conscience be in the position of influence. Otherwise, we'll continue like this for a very long time to come. Thank you. My sincere regard to everybody at the studio there.
Thank you so much. They are listening to you as you talk. They are listening to you and they send their regards to you. Thank you very much. All right, this is the Stadium of Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM redefining broadcasting. My name is Ted. I'm here with our veteran Ogaminu Ibrahim and of course Coach Tony, one of the best around the world in gymnastics. Former gymnast, now a coach fetching players from the grassroots. All right, Coach Tony, before you were interrupted, you were talking about something. But let's lead that. Let's go to something I think is more positive for our people to hear and understand. Ogamino understands what I'm going to talk about because it's about fetching athletes from the grassroots, athletes that have nothing to show for. Some are even orphans. They have nobody for them. They have no money. They have no idea that this sport exists until they come in contact with experts like you people. They will never know that their life could be changed. They could become big persons, comfortable persons, to even take care of their families in this way through these sports. We all focus on football. Of course, football has brought us glory in this country. We have won Olympic gold in football. Yes, we have. But there are other games that are, there are so many. In fact, there are so many. Pyeongchang is ongoing. We have representatives there. Yesterday, Adebo won. She didn't win. She came 20th in the group. Among 20 competitors in the skeleton, she was a 20th. Yet we were proud of her that she actually attempted that. Yes. And we're looking at how we can in different games. Ogaminu is a squash player. He's also a legend in handball. He plays squash. Has a very good knowledge of tennis. You are a gymnast, and gymnastics alone can bring. Question, let me ask you, how many goals can gymnastics alone bring Nigeria in an Olympics if we prepare in all the categories, all the events in gymnastics?
Okay, in gymnastics alone, we have over 25 gold medals 25. In just one sport.
Ogamino, how many medals can handball bring us? Like in the regular competition, let's talk about handball and squash in an international competition like Olympics. If we do participate, is it possible that we can get 2 gold medals in handball and in squash or more? Is it possible?
Yeah, in handball, the highest medal you can get is 2, male and female.
Okay.
In Olympics.
Oh, yes, good, male and female, yes.
Yeah, but in squash, you can get more medals because it depends on the event that one is playing. There's mixed double, there's single, there's double. So, you see, you can get 3 gold medals in squash.
It's amazing. We focus our attention on one sport that money is going in there, and somebody thinks Brazil is Argentina is a football club in Nigeria. I didn't call anybody's name. Coach, please say something.
Yeah, let me just focus on how we can move this forward, because in gymnastics alone, we have over 25 gold medals, and we have different discipline in gymnastics. We've got the artistic gymnastics, we've got rhythmic gymnastics, we've got tumbling gymnastics, we've got power tumbling gymnastics, and we have aerobic gymnastics. So in artistic gymnastics, you have the floor, vault, uneven bar, parallel bar, rings, and then we have about 10 apparatus. So on each of these apparatus, we have a gold medal, and then the
on
team
each of those 10. So
yes, each of the 10.
Yeah, 10
you get you get gold medal on each apparatus.
Yes.
Okay, and we have 10 apparatus, like for both boys and girls.
Yes.
And then you have individual medals again, and then you have the team medals for boys and for girls, and then you have the best all around in all of these. And then look at the girl that won 5 gold medals for US alone at the Olympics, Simone Biles from United States of America. And then Ali Raisman got 2 gold medals. And then Gabby Douglas got 1 gold medal. And what's her name? One of the girl, Kokina, Caution got 1 gold medal. US alone got about 9 gold medals at the Olympic, where we cannot. Yeah.
9 gold medals.
9 gold medals.
And then a football team that has 32 players will give you only 1 gold.
Yeah.
So you are spending millions of dollars on that football team.
Okay, I know where you're going.
So, and we're not talking about, look at this girl, Aliya Mustafina from Russia. She got 3 gold medals in that same Olympic, and so many others. So it is just spread all across. So if Nigeria can invest in gymnastics, I'm not talking about the government investing at this time, because it shouldn't be the government alone. We should look at our policy, because I think our policy, something is leaking somewhere, because all these industries and every of these companies abroad takes care of this sports champions and all of that. You see some other I don't want to call names, giving as far as $40 million to a particular athlete, and you tell them, come and sample my shirt and come and do this, and then you have the same company in Nigeria and their prices are high and they don't want to do anything for us, and we're still looking at them. We have beverages companies, we have like all these power energy drinks companies, and you see them abroad sponsoring all these skateboards, doing all this bike, motorsport, and so many others. But here in Nigeria, that is not applicable. And then what are we doing? We're not looking at all of this, because that's where we're supposed to be getting the money. Yes. We're supposed to even donate it. We're supposed to be donating to the government. We're not supposed to be getting from the government. If you look at sports science,
the sports should generate income for the government without donating.
Yeah. The sport, we're supposed to be generating sport, because sport alone can give us over 40 million jobs in this country. How? Look at, we have 36 states in Nigeria. It simply means we have 36 sports councils in Nigeria, and in each sports council you have over 1,000 workers. No, I'm just trying to let you know. Because
where you're going, Ogaminu, how do the elections end up in those 36 states?
I'm just trying to let you know, like, for instance,
to get inside the leadership of those 36 different states. How does he usually end up, Ogaminu?
It's very, very serious. There's always a problem in the imagining in the state federation, state association election before even coming to the.
Because people are going there and compete because of money.
Yes, people are going there not to go and give their best into the, but what they will get. Even in the national federation is what is happening. If you look at the last election, a lot of money were exchanged hands. You understand? Because if I have money more than Coach Tony and I want to become the president of gymnastics, I will just go around sharing money. I settle all the delegates, and then I do. And even what will even baffle you most, Ted, is directors of different state sports council have price tag. If you want to become president of so federation, you have to give us this amount, or else we are not going to vote for you. It happens. We don't want to mention places that this thing happened in the past election. People at the helm of affairs were taking side with some president of some federation even before the elections. They've already shown where their direction is. Whether you like it or not, this person must emerge as the president of so federation. Then how do we go forward? When you spend money to get into an office, when you get into that office, you must gain back that money, and then looking for gain from that money you spend. So how will the federation go forward? A federation of 4 years, 10 Then when you look at it, before you know, 2 years is gone, 3 years is gone, and the whole exercise is finished. Without the federation even attending one single tournament. Because by right, if a president is emerged by the vote of the people that are supposed to vote, and their vote counted, that president, I'm assuring you, before you know it, before a year runs out, he must achieve a lot of things.
Okay, I mean, how are delegates selected to vote for people in these positions?
The delegates will emerge from the zone. We have the zonal representative. Then we have the director of sports of each and every state sports councils. Those are the delegates that vote. Except in the case that they decide to give a letter to somebody to go and vote on their behalf. So that is how they select people that emerge to vote. So the delegates are zonal representative, and then the directors of sports council. So those are the delegates.
I was at that election last time. I took part. I was voted as a technical director. And then, they called all athletes. Was
that a fight before you emerged as
No, because
throw chairs and all that.
No, because in my federation, for me, I had our deputy senate president, Ike Ekwere Madu. He chose me as his technical director. And then
I don't understand.
He said he wants me to be his technical director in the Gymnastics Federation.
For the senator, for what? What's his
deputy
business? What's his business with?
He said he want to come in as the gymnastics president.
Oh, he wanted to be gymnastics president?
Yeah, president.
So
he
chose you to be technical director?
Yeah, sure.
So you can clear the way for him to come here as president?
Yeah, and then we have another one, Moyo Otudeko. That's Otudeko's daughter. She chose me also. And then we have this Kelvin Eramse also chose me. We have Alaji K.S. Soro. Chose me. And then we have another one, Mr. Folusho Adefemi. But after the election, Kelvin won.
Okay.
And then it was like, okay, he now co-opted another technical director on my head. Yeah. Because he's now the president. But now, when I was voted in, I was voted as the president. I was voted as the technical director. I'm saying.
Let's hear who is along. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the studio. Hello, good evening. We just lost that caller. Please try to call us back. The number to join the conversation is 081-8999-1011. Of course, don't mind the tempo of our conversation because both Oga Aminu Ibrahim and Coach Tony Asuko are speaking from very painful experiences of things they have seen. We are not attacking or accusing anybody on this platform this evening that we have dedicated to talk about other sports apart from football, which we'll talk about in the last few minutes of the program. We're talking about things that have gone wrong and how can we rectify, how can we correct this. They're not here to sell themselves. They're not here to promote themselves. They have given their best to the country already as athletes and as resource persons for Human Rights Radio, free of charge. They come here to talk about sports and all that. So don't think it's a program that is packaged or is prearranged for them to come here and castigate or talk bad about anybody. No, that's not what we're here to do. On this program, on this platform, on this station, we balance stories. We're looking at what has gone wrong in other sports in Nigeria and how can we get it right? How can we get it back? The drawing board is filled. If anybody tells you, let's go back to the drawing board, tell the person, let them turn the other side of the drawing board because the front is filled. Let's start using the back side of the drawing board because it's filled. We've gone back so many times and there's no way. Let's move away from the drawing board. Let's use our resource persons, our experts, our former internationals who know these games. Let's fix square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes. If we don't do that, if we keep giving political appointments to people in places that they don't belong, I suppose, what do I say? Just a couple of days ago, the Super Eagles dropped lower in their ranking, FIFA ranking. That's our football team, yes, because we have some wrong people in the wrong places. We do hope that Russia will not be a disgrace in 2018, just like Gabon was a disgrace in 2018. Ogami doesn't like hearing that because that's where his heart is. Our handball team went there. They just went to escort other countries and they came back, losing to every country. Nigeria used to be better than in handball. We used to compete with Egypt, Israel, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, call it Serbia, any handballing team who were top contenders and they used to be afraid of us. Now, they no fear us again. They no fear us. If you want tournament, okay. If I enter basketball, I go fair. Handball, I go fair. Tournament, you get one tournament, we supposed to carry 21 players go. Shana 7 will carry go. But I don't talk up. Oga me know the laugh, but I just let you know. Somebody's here on the line. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, D1. What are you doing? How is the evening for you?
Okay, I'm so happy to hear Coach Tony Asuko voice this evening, and also our Oga Amin.
Yes, Coach Tony is here, and you missed his presence. He's here.
Talking about our games in this country.
Yes.
And I've listened to them with rapt attention.
Yes.
And I must tell you that they really talked well and they dished out what we are really facing in this country. It's so pathetic. They've been there. They know what it takes.
Yes.
To work at the high level.
Yes.
I think people out there, the people out there must I'll make sure that they put the necessary things in place. Because these are the type of people that we want them to be at the end of our year.
Yes.
They tested the tempo. They know what it means. And it's not a matter of playing politics with everything. Because if you continue to play politics with everything, we just discover that when we go for any international competition, like what we are experiencing this time around, it continues to linger. So I must give kudos to our experts in the studio and you as well. To just buttress what they are saying, I think that inspiration and some level of God in us and affected us today as well.
Yes.
The first time in the history of the World Cup Nigeria will not be participating in the Uruguay.
Yes. Yes, sure.
We play 1-1 against Cameroon.
Yes.
We played 2-1 draw here in Nigeria last week.
Yes.
And we travel to Cameroon to play against Cameroon tonight. And the manager played a 1-1 score draw.
Yes.
And then 3-3 at the end of the day. And Cameroon went just out on very different. So Cameroon will be represented in the competition already.
Oh.
Something where in Uruguay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you see, this one of the things we are talking about. From the beginning, the day you appoint the coach, the technical crew that will take up this under 17 women work players,
Yes.
train them and prepare them ahead. So we find the good approach. And that's exactly what comes up for the first time. It's not very great. They are not going to participate at the Uruguay country later in the year. It's so pathetic.
Yes.
And like what you mentioned last week, you remember when we raised the issue of Sunshine Star having financing problems in their own stadium.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that LMC rather, they found
LMC.
with the sanction, they deducted 3 points from their point right
Oh.
now.
Okay.
Now also play in their own stadium. Reduction of points is one of the punishments. So it's going to be something that we need to give thumb up to LMC. They listen to us and they are taking a drastic step to reduce all these unwholesome activity that will happen in our MPFL.
Yes.
So kudos must be given to them. Before I go,
Yes.
I think I would like to quickly run down the scoreline for all the MPFL.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I was waiting for you to do that. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, the first one I'm going to talk about is the National United against Kwara United.
Yes.
It was an intriguing encounter right here last year. The game ended 3-3. Kwara United came back from behind and they drew right here last year. They played 3 goals. They scored 3. National United also scored 3 goals. So it was an interesting encounter. Seeing Kwara United going away to draw National United. Another big game that we experienced this weekend was at Kano,
Yes.
Stadium,
Yes.
in which Kano trade happened with the Nimba International, and the game ended 1-1.
Yes.
The Nimba International came from behind to drew level with Kano Pillars,
Kano
and
Pillars.
the game ended 1-0 apiece.
Yes.
Katsina United defeated Ifeanyi Uba, the Millionaires, by 2 goals to nothing. Ekanemi Warrior hedged goal round FC by 2 goals to 1. Abia Warrior also the White Wolf Yobe Delta by 3 goals to 1. Rivers United, let me say, they defeated the Niger Tornadoes by 2 goals to nothing. Why the last game for the game is between Atlan and Wiki Tories. Atlan defeated Wiki Tories by 2 goals to 1. Other sides that they mentioned, they will be going for international engagement this weekend, this midweek.
Midweek, yes.
Yes. United. So, once again, I'll say kudos to you guys in the studio and keep the momentum.
Thank you so much, Coach Tony and Oga Aminu are here saying
Thank you,
regards
D1.
to you.
We missed you.
I will be there next week by grace.
Oh, sure, we're waiting for you to come. Thank you so much, D1.
Thank you so much. Keep coach Tony for me.
He's hearing you as you talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Good evening.
All right, that's D1, our super correspondent there. Of course, whether we call him or he calls us timely, he gives us update on what should be. So someone else is on the line here. Hello, good evening. All right, that call seems to have dropped. Of course, he gives us update on what is happening. A lot happening in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Of course, like we said, we're talking about focus on football. Here's D1 giving us updates on football. But Ogamino, going from complaining to finding solutions. I know that the mega veterans have formed themselves into a group that spend their money to recruit and get these athletes, young athletes, handballers, and try to bring them up. Even though the group, when I went to the Pakipchi, the National Stadium, when I spoke to Gwajibrin, the national vice president of Mega Veterans Abuja, he complained that the Mega Veterans were sidelined, just like Coach Tony was sidelined for international tournaments, because probably they have fixed somebody else or fixed some other people there to go out there to represent Nigeria, to be coaches or people that could back up the teams that are representing us. How do how do we jump through that hurdle? How can we escape that blockage that is deliberate? How do we go from there? Apart from the fact that they don't want to return the sports commissions to us, is there any way we can all come together as aggrieved sports lovers to see if we can jointly make a presentation to an official body? Can we even go to the ministry to say, see, what you're doing is affecting sports in Nigeria? Can we go back to when we had the glory days in Nigeria as a country? Because right now, every sport, there's no sport we're doing well, apart from, let me say, powerlifting. Yes, powerlifting. We're doing way better. Wrestling, yes, wrestling, I agree with you.
And because while we are doing very well with wrestling now, it is because
I think your mic is off. You might have to use that. I'll get a signal to the simulcast to come. Or rather, let me. Yeah. I can hardly.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine.
I said while the wrestlers are doing very well because we have Honorable Igali.
Yes.
He was a wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah, he was angry and he left Nigeria for Canada. He became one of the best in Canada. He even held their flag during one of the Olympic or Commonwealth
Canadian flag.
Yeah. Then he won a gold medal for Canada. Then because he doesn't want to sell his brainchild to that country, he returned back to Nigeria. And he was elected as the technical director at that time. He trained with his athletes and still coached them. And then Igali became the president. He built a gymnasium. And the athletes, as I speak to you, they just finished the African Wrestling Championship held in Bayelsa. Back to back, he organized this. Nigeria wrestlers are the best in Africa now. And one of the best in the world. Odunayo is the second in the world. Yes. Odunayo has won several world championships. And you see them going. She's being sponsored by Nike. So many people calling to sponsor wrestling now. And Nigerians were reckoning with wrestlers now at this time because they're doing very well. And it took somebody that has passion for this game to achieve that. So tell me if they've gotten another set of people or a politician to that, to that federation. Tell me what would have become of wrestling. Because Igali knows where this inch is, and he knows that, okay, we must develop this sport. At times, I remembered because we trained together in the same hall, the same gymnasium, Odunayo single-handedly sponsored the whole team for an African championship.
That
an athlete.
Coach, that brings me to that aspect where I was asking Oga Aminu, going to the grassroots, identifying talents and being real. When one of your own athletes or more than one was sponsored to South Africa for the competition through Alhaji Yakmut and Oga Munif.
Yes.
How does that fit?
Yeah, Mr. Alassane Yakmut then told me that he came to the gym and he sat for over 45 minutes. I never knew somebody was actually investigating.
Okay.
He said he came and sat down and watched.
Just to watch.
Yes. What this Coach Tony is doing, and he was impressed. He never spoke to me. It was when I went to his office and I told him, sir, we are going to South Africa for the Africa level system, continental championship. And then he called me, he advised me, and then he asked me, he supported two of the gymnasts, not one. And he said I should go and meet Mr. Aminu to give us, flight tickets. He gave us money. And then I went to call Okpeyemi Aminu, not knowing that it is our legend that he said I should go and meet. Then I went calling that one. Then he said, Mr. Aminu. And the next day he provided it. Somebody that knows the name of every secretary in all federations without looking at any book. He knows. He goes round. Like we said, a chartered flight for us to travel. The first time we have training kids. So we need somebody like that to come back and help us out.
Ogabidu, where do we go from here?
Well, it still boiled down to that same issue of sport commissions. Because why I always make emphasis on sport commission is the direct contact between athletes and their administrators.
Okay.
If somebody will come as a minister and made a statement which is recorded by saying that Sport Commission is dead and buried. How do you expect ex-internationals, stakeholders, to put themselves together and walk up to this same minister and tell him that where do we go from here
Yes.
without the Sport Commission? Automatically, he has taken his stand right from the onset that he don't want Sport Commission to stand. When you look at it, it's not the federal government
Yes, it's not.
that disbanded
because
scrap Sport Commission.
Because the government has placed somebody in charge
Yes.
to continue the development
And
of
they are still
sports.
posting people to Sport Commission. So if the federal government has scrapped Sport Commission, there is no way they will be posting people to Sport Commission. It's an individual that said he doesn't want sport to stand, commission to stand. Basically, reasons best known to him. But without us having Sport Commission, I will always say this:
Yes, sir.
we cannot get it right.
Yes.
Because it's only when you have Sport Commission that the athletes, their coaches, can go to the Secretary of Federation and they'll say, let's go and meet the DG.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
But you can't tell me now that athletes and coaches preparing for competition and tell me that let's go and see the minister.
Not possible.
Nobody will allow them to see him.
Okay, you have to pass through the commission.
You have
officially.
no. What I'm saying is because the minister is not a sportsman,
Yes.
he is a political appointee
Okay.
and he has no knowledge of sports. But if now you said you want to go and see the DG National Sport Commission, it's strictly sport affairs.
Okay.
It's definitely sport affairs.
Okay.
Because what is the name of that organization? National Sport Commission. But when you go to the ministry now, it's called Ministry of Youth and
And
Sports
sports development. Yes.
and Sport Development.
Yes.
So these are two things that need to be corrected. If the federal government will do sports a favor, they can just do Ministry of Sports
Alone.
alone.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
enjoy
Yes,
power-
even
power-
if they don't
power-
want Sport
power works
Commission.
and houses
Yes,
joined
if they
together
don't want
to
Sport
this.
Commission, they should do Ministry of Sport, which is the standard practice around the world. There's
Okay.
Ministry of Sport. The Ministry of Youth should go on its own. Then we can now get it the way it's supposed to be. But once the two ministries are merged together and we have somebody that don't understand the languages of sport, we'll continue being where we are. Instead,
Yes.
we'll go back 50 years backward. Like now, sport is 50 years backward from what it has been before.
We hope and pray that we are going to step 200 years ahead of Human Rights Radio. We advocate for the best and all that. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM redefining broadcasting, and the program is The Stadium. My name is Ted. I'm here with my big brothers, Uncle Aminu Ibrahim himself, a legend, and of course I'm here with Coach Tony Asokwo, a gymnast and a coach in that category, a gymnast himself. We'll take a very short musical break and we'll come back. We'll continue to talk about what we'd love to talk about best. We might step into the world of football. You'll be surprised that these two gentlemen seated here will talk about football. Forget that they are handballers and are gymnasts. When they start talking about what happened in Aqua United, which Coach Tony will explain to us, you'll be shocked when they tell you about other clubs. Where is Baranawa United? We don't know where they are, but Uncle Amini will tell us when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us on Human Rights Radio. We'll be right back after this break.
101.1 Radio.
01.1 FM redefining broadcasting. And this is the stadium. My name is Ted. We've been discussing very, very serious and sensitive issues concerning Nigerian sports, especially in the world of sports that have been ignored over the years. I've been in the studio with Coach Tony, a former athlete, still an athlete, because once an athlete, never former. We use those words anyway. He's still an active athlete and one of the best coaches in the world when it comes to gymnastics. You can go online and check Coach Tony Asuko. You find his credentials and his details about that. No doubt about it. There's nothing faking it. That's it. I also have with me, of course, a usual voice in the house. Coach, player, mentor, agent, director. Can I exhaust the credentials? Aminu Ibrahim, our brother in the house. He's here with us, and we'll be talking about a lot of things in the world of sports that's been going on. But then let's switch to this is a very heavy sporting year. I had to stand up for you who are watching me online. Who is watching me online? I had to stand up because I want to. There are things that are just like the chuk for Liverpool, and I have to be real about it. Before we finally get out of the studio, we just have this last shot to talk about some stuff. Forgive us, fans of football, who are expecting us to give out updates. Yes, we'll give you updates almost at the end of the show, but Uncle Ibrahim, a lot has been invested in the world of football, and football has also given us a lot of fame in the country and a lot of money in the country. This is a World Cup year. Is there anything bigger than we going to Russia to play that to have coming up online this year? You were talking to me off air about youth games. Give us more about that. Let people know what else is coming up, because we are all focused on the World Cup and maybe the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, we also have the African Youth Games.
Yes.
I think coming up in Algeria.
Okay.
In any time mid of this year. They just finished the meeting in Algeria, and the director of grassroots, Mr. Ademola Are, attended.
Yes.
But I've not gotten the details of the championship as per the date and then the month.
What games will be involved in this? Coach Tony, will you be featuring any gymnasts, or that's he going to cut you out as usual?
Yeah, for sure. Gymnastics is in the game, and then the Arab countries now, they're taking gymnastics very serious. Yes. The last World Championship was organized in Qatar.
Yeah, Qatar.
And they even have their own leotard, style of leotard, which is awesome.
And Qatar will be hosting the World Cup in football in 2022.
Yeah, you can see.
They're planning to put AC in Sky to make sure the whole country is
before you
cold.
know it now, Benin Republic will come overshadow us. We should be very careful.
Why?
Yeah, because they are organizing, they are building. Right now, we are not building. We are only taking from the top. So what is left down there for us? What do we have? What's the remnants? Now you want to take, the Youth Olympic is coming up, and the Youth Games African Championship is coming up.
The one Coach Aminu mentioned, or the another
now,
one.
Yeah, no,
the same one Aminu mentioned.
Sure.
Okay.
No athletes in camp. We've not chosen athlete. We don't even know the
and
sports
that's coming up in sometime April, May.
Yeah.
No camping plan yet.
No, nothing on ground. So that was why I talked about the Nigeria sports in developmental routine.
Yes.
We not have a routine whereby you can graduate from one level to another.
Yes.
So you grow from one stage
levels,
to another.
Yes.
So you have different level system. Okay, but now we don't even have a program for all sports. Oga Aminu cannot boast to me and tell me that Ambo has a program from grassroots to competitive level.
No, the veterans have a program.
Yeah,
from grassroots
the veterans
to
has a program.
But the federation itself
have they been giving them? Have they given them the opportunity to inculcate what they have?
No, they're even excluded from what. That's what Oga Jibri spoke to me when I went to the package B of the National Stadium.
Yes, that's exactly what
they excluded them from the tournament that just took place in Gabon, where we're just escorts to every country. Nigeria, handball nation.
Yeah, because they said experience.
And that is why one of our member Mrs. Halima Samuel. She was supposed to be in the studio with us this evening, but due to some official assignment, she was not able to be here.
Yes.
She's hosting a tournament on the 24th in Abuja here. She's going to feed the athletes.
Individually sponsored.
Yes, she's going to feed the athletes. She's going to accommodate them. She's the zonal rep in the Handball Federation Board, North Central.
Okay.
So automatically, she's bringing the states in the North Central, all of them to Abuja, with under 15 boys and girls, under 12 boys and girls. And this tournament is going to take place on the 24th of this month. She wouldn't have been here to give us more light on that program that she has. So the veterans are going back to build a grassroots program.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to confirm what you said about the veterans building their own grassroots program.
Yes.
You understand? So
it is almost what Coach Shono is doing, picking yesterday on the program here. You weren't here. Of course, we won't inform people that you couldn't be here for some personal reasons.
Yes.
He goes out to get his children from places you can't even tell, from the Nyanya Karu axis, from Kogolada, from Dede, from Suleja, to come be part of this program that he does,
talking about.
And all that. And some of these kids, that is going to be their future. But it is when they make it that everybody will come to celebrate them. But anyway, we'll take a short break, a very final break, just for call to prayers, and when we come back, it will be a wrap on the show on the stadium. So do stay with us. Don't go anywhere. The stadium returns as we wrap. Coach John is still here. Uncle Aminu Ibrahim is still here. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and this is the stadium. Stay with us. Sports Radio 101.1 FM. We finally broadcasting. Of course, we are getting out of the studio anywhere from now. Right now, actually, I've been talking with Uncle Aminu Ibrahim, our big brother here, a legend himself in the world of handball and other sports. And I've been here with Coach Tony. Forgive us for not go delve into the sports that you love most, because we are talking about something that is very, very crucial and touchy to our hearts. Of course, Tottenham today drew, which reached the 2-2 in the FA Cup. And of course, this weekend is going to be, not the weekend actually, midweek. It's going to be very classic games in the world of football. Chelsea, how market. Barcelona, they come. Man U, not ready. Ogamini, when you talk about football, you try to be very cautious. You sit on the fence, but what are you expecting this weekend? What are your anticipations? Chelsea, Barcelona.
Wow.
Who will take who?
Well,
No, you have this your normal trademark. Take them period, but who will take who?
Barcelona will take Chelsea. Period.
Ogamino has said it. Coach Tony, Man U is playing this weekend as well. What are you expecting for Jose Mourinho to do this week, rather midweek?
That man, if you want to play big matches, you can't just compromise.
Yes.
Like the guy is very technical and
Yes.
he knows what he want to do.
Yes.
But Chelsea, I don't know if they've settled with their coach, because the coach.
Coach Tony, do you want to coach Chelsea?
No, I just because
That's the more reason why Barcelona will take them.
because I saw what William did. So
Yeah.
the guy is doing.
He
very
actually
well.
won a goal of the season, goal of the month, actually, goal of the month.
No,
last
the
month.
guy
Yes,
tried.
classic.
So, but for Mourinho now,
Yes.
and maybe he's trying to be like Arsene Wenger, because Mourinho used to be one very active coach, and then
That's why he gave himself the special one. Then
Yeah.
he became the only one. Now he's becoming the suspicious
the only
one.
one you can tell, because you can spell only in two ways, maybe H or the O-N, or whichever way you want to spell it. But Mourinho, fine, is a good coach, and we hope it's coming back, and they're doing very well now.
Coach Tony, you're trying to sit on the first. Please give me your prediction. Chelsea, Barcelona. Ogamino has stated that Barcelona will take place. Give me your prediction. Chelsea, Barcelona. What will happen on Tuesday? What will happen this week, midweek, on the 20th?
And let me do it this way. You have chicken.
Coach Tony is A is I or A.
Who wins? Okay. I give it to Chelsea.
Okay.
Home Chelsea.
All Blues here. The stadium on the stadium we have two legends here. One Bucky, Barcelona.
But remember, you can't compare Maraba and Itama.
And
You understand what I mean?
We'll see how you go up on it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, this has been the stadium. We are all family here, and this is what we do. We talk sports. We just joke around. We are not comedians. We are just humorous. We joke around sports, and we do everything. And thanks to Coach Tony and Uncle Amino, our regular resource person in the house here, for coming on the program, for being here. The stadium returns tomorrow evening after the news by 6:15 p.m. I will give you details of what happened today in the world of football. Tomorrow we'll give you time. It's going to be your show. You call in and talk whatever you want to talk. Yes, on sports. Nothing else but sports. But until then, be safe, be careful. Thanks to Mazi Chike and Blessed, who are the producers on our online platforms, and thanks to the honorary president himself and the station managers for this platform. Until tomorrow again, we'll do this again. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Till then, good night.